Wow.
What's going on, Raider Nation? It is Victory Monday. We
Yes,
is
sir.
happy, but we're gonna also talk the draft. Let's go. What is going on, Nation? It is your guys, Exacting Raider and Natural Nate. You are rocking with Raiders Primos on Monday night, on Victory Monday, as we like to
Yes, sir.
call it. If you guys haven't, this is your first time, go subscribe, guys. We have 7 games until we can hit 500 subscribers. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the season ends. And also hit that like on your way in, and also hit that bell so you guys can be notified when we go live and when we drop new content. The Raiders have beaten the Denver Broncos yesterday. A wild game, a thriller if you want to call it. But for me, it's a thriller between
Sweet.
two average teams, maybe even trash teams. Yeah, get the brooms out. We swept the Denver Broncos overtime fashion with a 22-16 victory with a 35 touchdown catch from Davante Adams from Derek Carr. And I'll be honest, man, I'm feeling like 50-50. Like, I'm happy we won. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy we won, but then at the same time I'm like, we're 3-7, you know? Like,
It's like
let's
you want
start
to be
building towards the
happy,
future.
but it's like whatever. It's like you want to be happy.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
know, it sucks to say that.
and you are happy. It's like a change in emotions, to be honest. Like at one point, you're like, "Let's go, we won!" Right after, and then later on, you're like, "Whatever." I mean, not what we were
Yeah,
supposed
bro,
to do,
like
but all right.
I mean, for me, it
Cool.
wasn't really necessarily like, oh, I want us to tank. I want us to lose. It's more of like, if we lose, then we lose. Like, we've been losing all season.
Mhm.
But of course, I want to win, especially the Denver Broncos. You know, we got our grandfather. We like to trash talk. You know,
Mhm.
but it's
Taco
more on the
talk.
fact, like, bro, we're 3-7. Yeah, we beat the Denver Broncos, but let's look at our 3 wins. We beat a terrible Denver Broncos team twice. It's always good to beat the division. It's always good. And then we beat a
Yeah.
1-8-1 Texans team. Like, yes, I'm happy we won. But on the same note, I don't want to be excited. Like, a lot of people wanted me to be excited, wanted me to be happy. Like, no, bro. Like, if you're excited, bro, more power to you. Be excited. Like, you love the Raiders just like I love the Raiders. But my issue is, for me, not for the fans, but for me personally, is that I expected more out of this team. I expected more out of out of the Raiders, and 3-7 is not going to make me be excited. Beating the 3-7 Broncos team is not going to get me excited. Yeah, y'all won. That's amazing. I'm glad you guys won. I'm glad, for the players, for Derek Carr, for Davante Adams, for Josh McDaniels. I'm happy for them that they won. But as a fan, like, all right, we won. Cool. It's still for me on the next season because we 3-7. It's not like we beat the Broncos and now like we're all sudden in the playoff picture. Like, our playoff chances just went up 2%, up to 3% to make the playoffs. Why should I be excited about that? Why should I be like, oh, let's go? Like, man, this is how we're gonna turn it around. Like, bro, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm gonna pump the brakes and that's me for myself. I'm not gonna come on here and be like, this is how you should feel. Like, no, if you want to celebrate the win, bro, go celebrate the win. If you don't, you don't. But for me personally, I'm not gonna be excited. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's gonna be like, oh, this is the start of a win streak. Like, oh, see, Derek Carr and Davante Adams, they can do it. Like, bro, we were 0-6 on game winning
Bro.
/ game tying drives before yesterday. Now we're 2-8. I'm still not happy. Like, I'm not just because we beat the Broncos yesterday does not change the fact that we were 2-7 going into yesterday's game. It doesn't change the fact of how I feel about Derek Carr. It doesn't change the fact how I feel about this defense or this offensive line or this team. Really, does not change the fact.
Yeah.
How about you, Nate? I mean,
You know,
how did you? I mean, like I said, and if my primo Nate was over here excited yesterday and screaming rocks off like we just won a Super Bowl, more power to my primo over here. But Nate, how did you feel, bro? Like about yesterday's win against the Broncos?
I mean, yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I was like, well, I was watching it with my family, and once it happened, it was like shock, like how it happened. But like once it was like when they were celebrating at the tunnel, it was like, what are you celebrating for? Your third win. We're looking like the Lions from last year getting their first win. That's what we looked like. The Lions getting their first win from last season. And it was like you gotta realize it's right from two perspectives though, because like as a player, you're always gonna just automatically you're gonna want to win every game, and you have to respect those. You have to respect that because it's different from a fan to want something and a player to want something, because a player, you just playing on a team to just win and go get, just always be on a positive and just work every day, work hard every day and get to that point. And I mean, they weren't really just thinking about the long run. I know they're really not thinking about the long run, as that's what I'm thinking. I don't think the players are thinking about the long run right now.
I mean, they shouldn't, right? The thing is, they shouldn't think about the long run because they're players, and that's why I said all respect to the players. I'm not crapping on them to be
us fans, we
like,
do.
hey, go lose, go lose this game. Like, no, I would never want the Raiders to lose. I want them to win every single game. But I'm also at the point in this season, like, okay, if they lose, it's not like they haven't been doing that all season. They've been losing all season long. So why losing against the Denver Broncos would change anything how I feel? Would I be pissed? I would be pissed. But nothing has changed. It's 2-8. We'll be 2-8. I mean, we're 3-7. I'm enjoying the win. I'm excited for the win. Because also I could talk mess to our grandfather. I could be like, hey, we swept y'all. But
again,
I want us to see the big picture out of this. Even for myself, I had to see the big picture. It was trash versus trash. Average team versus average team. A struggling offense versus a struggling offense. The number one scoring defense playing against, I think we're 32nd. We have the 32nd or 31st. I could be wrong. We might be in the middle of the pack. But it was two average teams going head to head. A 2-7 Raiders team going against a 3-6 Broncos team. That's why I'm like, if we win, it could be Denver is just that bad. And if Denver wins, it's because we're that bad. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad we beat the Denver Broncos but as a Raiders fan, is that all I have to cheer for? Oh, we're going to beat the Broncos. We're going to have 2 free wins next season. Like, nah, bro, I don't want to. And then we got to talk about this. Are we going to go on a run? Like, I'm hearing people saying we're going to go on a 7-game win streak. We're going to win. We're going to go 10-7, sneak into the playoffs. Do these people realize how, like, this ain't last season? This is not last season. Last season, we were winning and losing games, but we were still like in the middle of the pack. Like, I believe we were 6-7 after that Dallas game. There was a point we were 4-6.
This ain't Madden,
we won
where you can control.
We won like 2 straight, and then we lost, and then we won the 4th straight. Like, guys, we are 3-7 with losses against Jacksonville, the Colts, the Chargers, the Chiefs. Like, we lost against 4 AFC teams. We might have lost against another AFC team, but my thing is that we lost against a lot of AFC teams, and we would need a lot of things to go right. I'm not saying, hey, we could go on a run. We can't go on a run. All I'm saying is pump the brakes. You know, like we need to like chill out a little bit. Because
I wouldn't.
even I can get over confident. I can get over optimistic. Like, oh, bro, we're gonna go on a 7-game win streak, 10-7. We're gonna make the playoffs, bro. We have a 3% chance of making the playoffs. We could win out and still miss the playoffs. Why? Because of the losses we suffered early in the season, and we have the Patriots, we have the Jets, we have the Bills, we have numerous teams that have they would have to lose and help us to sneak in. But I don't want to be a team that sneaks into the playoffs. I want to be a team that is already predicted to be in the playoffs. We were predicted at the beginning of the season to be in the playoffs. We were not predicted to sneak into the playoffs. Think about that. We were predicted to be in the playoff hunt right now. At this very moment, we were predicted to be in the playoff hunt, not to be a team that's going to sneak into the playoffs. Like I said, guys, I don't want to come off like I'm not happy about the win. I am happy. But all this playoff talk and like, oh, this could change the season around. It could. But hypothetically, not even hypothetically, but realistically speaking, when has this team showed us that they can turn this shit around? We said with the first Broncos win, hey, this win could probably turn the shit around. We said that for the Texans win. This win can probably turn this shit around. After the Broncos, they go lose a close one against the Chiefs. After the Texans, they go lose 3 straight games. What is there to be excited about? Also, shout out to the people who's pulling up. We got that Raiders fan. We got Manuel Rodriguez, bro. Shout out to you guys for pulling up. Get your comments and get your questions. We love talking Raiders football with you guys. That Raiders fan says, I'm just hoping we beat the Niners. I'll be at that game. I was thinking about going to that game until I seen those ticket prices. And I was like, hell no, I'm not paying $600 for a ticket. So I'll be watching from the comfort of my couch. And I hope that Raiders fan, they get that dub against the Niners. If we can have anything,
a good time.
It is a win against the Niners. And because the thing is, Nate, I posted something to our Instagram account. About us losing the draft position, us going down to the 4th pick. And a lot of people did not like that. A lot of people were in our DMs cussing me out because I said that. I just blocked them. But the reason I want people to understand, I apologize for going out of my emotions and posting that. But at the same time, understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying anyone to not celebrate or anything. I'm not telling that this is just how I felt after the win. Because people were telling me, like, bro, enjoy the win. Like, be glad. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's not that I'm not happy we won. It's just the fact, like, where was this shit the 6 times earlier in the season when we had the ball against the Chargers, when we had the ball against the Cardinals, had the ball against the Chiefs, had the ball against the Titans, had the ball, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, had the ball against the Colts. Like, where was that? Where was that? Like, that's like y'all. Like, I'm like, Raiders, you playing with my emotions because you could do this. And the thing is, I knew y'all can do this. But where was that at the beginning of the season? Like, why is it clicking now?
I mean,
and for me, it was just clicking too little, too late. That's it. It's just clicking too little, too late.
Like, I wouldn't.
What about you?
I wouldn't even be like really hyped if we even make the playoffs, to be honest, because like we didn't get better with picking up the biggest and the best wide receiver in the game. That's what's crazy.
We gotta ask ourselves this. Let's ask ourselves this: could we go into Kansas City late January or into Buffalo late January? Hell, into New England late January, into Miami with the team they got, the hype that's around them. Could, like, these playoff caliber teams, could we go into their stadium in late January, like with Buffalo where it's cold, or Kansas City where it's cold, it's snowing, bad weather conditions, and could you guys see us pulling a playoff win? Like, we gotta ask.
I don't see any hope of even making a run.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't even care about a run, to be honest.
here's our next games,
Like
guys.
that's
Our next 4 games. Our next 4 games is at Seattle versus Chargers, at the Rams on a short week on Thursday Night Football, and then we got the Patriots on Sunday Night Football, which that might get flexed because we're over here freaking playing terrible, so that might get flexed out of Sunday night. Um, so yeah, those are our 4 games, and I'm saying, and I would say I bring up those 4 games because what if we go on a 4-game win streak? Then you're at 7-7, and then your next 3 games are at the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the San Francisco 49ers, and then versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's say we 7-7 and you got those last 3 games. You still gonna have to win out. That's my thing. You still gotta win out. Like from now on, you have to win out if we see playoffs. But then you need the Jets to lose. You need the Colts to lose. You need the Patriots to lose. The Chargers to lose. It's like you need hella shit to go right if we ever see the playoffs. And I can't even believe I'm talking playoffs right now because I shouldn't be talking playoffs. We're 3-7. We're 3-7. Like, why should I even be talking playoffs right now?
People acting like playoffs is in the picture when we ain't playing Madden, my guy. Like, we can't control everything. Like, other people are trying to make the playoffs too, and we're like 500 steps behind them.
We're hella behind them, bro. Like I get it. It doesn't matter, like, because Davante Adams said it best. Doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. Well, for me, that's my mentality in a game. When it comes to the season, though, y'all started off 2-7. And if you guys think you can finish and make a run at the playoffs, or even now, if you can make a run to be 9-8 or 8-9, then cool. You guys do that. And then, me and Nate, we'll talk about the draft. I know a lot of people might be upset. I probably will be upset, but I gotta calm my emotions with that because that Raiders fan says this: if you were Ziegler, how would you pay Jacobs per year? I hope he stays, but not for a crazy amount. Now, before I get into that, he brought up Ziegler. This is why I feel I would be okay with the 9-8 or 8-9 because for me, it doesn't matter where we draft; it matters who we draft. Now, I trust Ziegler to make the best decisions for the team, and I believe he's a better person at drafting than John Gruden, Reggie McKenzie, Mike Mayock. I know he's a better GM at drafting than those 3. So I trust that wherever we draft at, whether it's the 12th pick or the 6th pick or the 4th pick, he's going to get the guy that we need. He's going to get the guy that will come in and help the Raiders team win football games, whether that's on the defense side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball. Now, to answer your question, that Raiders fan, I am not paying Josh Jacobs a ton of money. Like you said, not a crazy amount. Crazy amount for me would be like $14 million a year. I don't think you pay a running back $14-15 million a year, especially because in the past, Josh Jacobs has shown that he can be injured. And when healthy, as we've seen this season, when healthy, he can have an amazing year. I just feel for a running back, you don't pay $14 million for running back, especially when you're paying guys like Devontae, Derek Carr, if Derek stays, which we're going to touch on that later on because I got something to say about that. And you're paying Darren Waller, and you're paying Hunter Brown for the type of money they're getting. You just don't pay Josh Jacobs that type of money. That's my thinking on it. What do you think, Nate? What are you thinking, Nate? Do you pay Josh Jacobs $14-16 million if that's what he's asking for?
Well, he's got to most definitely look like King. He's got to most definitely look like King Henry for the rest of the season if he wants that type of money. Even though he is a little baby Henry right now. I mean, it is a bit high. If he does ask that, that's like extreme. That's like best player on your team, which ain't yet. I hope not. I hope because I don't really hope Devontae goes anywhere, and I don't want Jacobs to go. I don't think nobody wants Jacobs to go for like what he's doing for our team right now. I know that some people wouldn't want him to go because of what he's worth or something like that, but
what he's bringing to the table.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
let's get into these stats real quick. Let's get into these stats because for me this is a crazy stat. Josh Jacobs was the only player that rushed yesterday. Derek Carr didn't rush. Zamir White. Well, we know Zamir White because he was inactive, but Brent Brown didn't do no rushing. Brandon Bolden, no rushing. The stats for our Raiders: Derek Carr, 23 for 37, 307 yards passing with 8.3 average per pass, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 1 time and had a rating of 106.5 with a QBR of 75.3. Josh Jacobs, as I said, was the only player to rush. He had 24 carries for 109 yards, 4.5 yards a carry. His longest was 15. In the receiving, Davante Adams is that man. I don't know if we got to keep saying it for the NFL to know he's that guy. Catches on 13 targets, 141 yards, 20.1 average yard per average on a reception with 2 touchdowns. Longest was a 35-yard. Matt Collins, 6 catches for 52. Josh Jacobs had 3 catches for 51. Moreau had 1 catch, which was a key one, 33 yards. Keelan Cole also having a for 21 yards. There was other guys like Amir Abdullah, Bolden, and Jacob Johnson, but they're like 3 catch, 5 yards, 1 catch, 4 yards, 1 catch for no yards. And then I want to go on the defense because Andrew Billings, he has 7 total tackles with 2 solos, but Max Crosby, 6 total tackles with 5 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses, and a forced fumble. And he had 3 quarterback hits, and he also had a blocked field goal. What a freaking, stat line. It's just here. Let me get into some more of these comments before we move on. We got Raider Geo. Shout out to Raider Geo. Shout out to Manuel Perez, guys. We have 13 guys up in the chat. Shout out to everyone. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button and hit that like. Also, share the link around. Let's get some more people in this. Let's talk about Victory Monday. I know a lot of people have different opinions, and I'm all for it. Let's agree to disagree. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. Let's explain why we feel the way we feel. That's what I'm saying. That's why in the title, how we feeling? How we feeling after this win? Raider Geo says all the money on the offense already, man. It's hard to, but he's balling. Can he stay consistent? Is my key in this, and that's what I'm saying. Raider Geo, can Josh Jacobs keep consistency? Because even in the last 3 losses, he wasn't rushing as he was before, like against the Texans, against the Chiefs, against the Broncos. He wasn't doing that. So that's why I'm like, man, like, you just stay consistent, and that's why I get on Derek Carr because we already paid that man, and he will play inconsistent. And with Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow, we paid them. They're not even on the field. Like, I don't want to pay Josh Jacobs next season, and then we're in cap hell because guys, this offense is paid to be a top 5 offense. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even gonna say top 10. I'll say top 5. This way this offense is paid with Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Derek Carr, and then you're thinking about paying Josh Jacobs. You don't know. You're paying an offense to be top 5. That's the way I look at it. But then us Raider fans cry about the defense. We cry about the defense being terrible, which I agree. Our defense is trash. They had a good game yesterday. I'll give them that. The offensive line, they're decent, but they can, we can work that up too. If we keep putting money to the offense side of the ball, that defense ain't going to upgrade, guys. We're gonna have to rely on the draft picks. If we go out get a Jalen Carter, and then as the draft goes on, we're depending on mid-round picks to hopefully fulfill starting positions. And then we expect those rookies to come in and fulfill those starting positions and then be all-stars. Guys, the draft is a hit or miss, and it's a risk all across the board. From the first round to the 7th round, you don't know who you're getting. That defense has not been, looked at and been prioritized like the offense has. That's why I said, Zeke, man, you did what you did for the offense this past season. Now that money needs to go to the defense. I'm sorry, Josh Jacobs. You're going to, like, for me, you're going to get paid, but you're getting paid by a different team. We can't pay you that type of money because of the contracts we got with Derek and Waller and Renfro and Adams. We cannot pay you top running back money. Not saying you're not a top running back, just we cannot pay you that type of money. Unless Waller, Renfro, Derek, y'all take a pay cut. That's the only way. If I'm Ziegler, I'm going to Renfro, I'm going to Waller, and I'm going to Derek, and I'm like, y'all did not live up to expectations of this contract. Are y'all willing to take a pay cut? And if you're not, Darren Waller, you can go kick rocks to the Packers. Derek Carr, you can go get traded also to the Packers if you want, by all means. Or we just going to cut your ass and just, save, lose $5 million. And Hunter Renfro, you got to get your shit straight because you think you're not irreplaceable, bro. We could go out and get another slot receiver.
Bro,
and we can get it for the team.
Get Christian Kirk, bro.
Here's what I'm saying, guys. Sometimes, and I don't know how this is going to go off, and Nate, you're an A's fan. Shout out to all the A's fans because I know our boy Doc is an A's fan too. Sometimes you got to play money ball with people that want to win and that just don't want the bag. You got to play money ball.
Yeah.
And we seen what the A's did. If you guys don't know what the A's did, they basically went out and played guys. They paid guys not for a ton of money, but they paid guys that helped them win ball games. And that's what I'm saying with this Raiders team. We overpaid Chandler Jones. Ain't doing shit. We overpaid Darren Waller. He's injured. We paid Hunter Renfro. He's injured. We paid Derek Carr. He's going to earn $33 million next year. He ain't even playing like a top 10 quarterback, earning that type of money. The only guy that's really earning their money right now is Max Crosby and Devontae Adams. Those are the only two guys I'm saying that they're earning their money. Else, y'all ain't earning shit.
Yeah.
And y'all got to get the fuck out of here. Paying you guys 30 plus million for a cornerback, by the way. Chandler Jones. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Chandler Jones. Of course, you're never going to see this. But a cornerback has than you on the season than you. And yesterday was his first game. Shout out to the GOAT, Tyler Hall.
For real. He came out strong.
Go Tyler Hall.
He was looking like me out there.
So let's get. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, you should have got in, bro. You could have been there. Could have been there, man.
Free tickets.
Let's get in some more of these comments. Manuel Ziegler needs to draft the player available at that pick. And that's what I'm saying. Top player. Either top player or, like I said, it doesn't matter where you pick. Yeah, best player available. I like that. For me, it matters who you pick. But don't be stupid and go get a Cleveland Farrell with the 4th overall pick. Like, please, Ziegler. If it's the 4th, the 2nd, the 12th, or the 15th, don't make Raider Nation scratch our heads. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, you draft him, and it's like, what? Who did bro? I'll be over here screaming like, bro, where they have him in the top 10?
Are you serious right now?
I did not see that name. I don't know. I know I didn't see that name. Let me see what the fuck that name. Where the fuck is that name? He's the 10th ranked defensive end. What the fuck? Like that's how I would be. I would be like, wait, he's the 10th ranked or he's the 15th. Like, bro, I said it matters who you draft, but fuck, don't be stupid at the same time.
He better not make
guy
us
that
scroll.
you can go get around.
He better not make us scroll down to look for a player he drafted.
Bro, for real. Let's see. Respectfully, I'm gonna keep my opinions and thoughts to myself this week. I know, right? Van City, bro. Shout out to you. You always giving love, bro. You know, here it's a safe place, bro. Speak your mind. I don't want you to hold back, bro. Speak your mind. Speak how you feel. Speak your opinions, bro. Because, hey, if you disagree with me or Nate, bro, it's all fine. We agree to disagree. We know, hey, we got respect for you, Van City. We would never disrespect you. If you disagree with anybody in the chat or even us, bro, it's all love. It's all love because at the end of the day, we all Raider fans, right? We all care about this team, right? This team. We don't care about one player. We don't care about who's here, who's not next year. I care about, is this team going to win a Super Bowl next year? Because I know it's sure they're not winning one this year. Are they going to win a Super Bowl next year? Are they going to win a Super Bowl the following year? Going to win That's my mindset. Yeah, y'all can call me a delusional fan. Like, bro, there ain't no way we going to win 3 Super Bowls straight. I'm not saying we will, but I want to have that mindset that I could be like, damn, like my Raiders could really go back to back on Super Bowl championships, bro. The Patriots went like 3 straight years, I believe, on Super Bowl appearances. 3 or 4 straight years, like they were in the Super Bowl every year Brady. From 2018 to like 2019, I think it was like, or 2016 to 2018, I believe. Like, bro, don't you guys want to have that feeling? Like, bro, when like we going into the season, like, man, the Raiders have a chance to make the postseason, but not even make the postseason, but go to the Super Bowl.
That's my mindset. Warriors mentality.
Man, fuck your Warriors, bro. Celtics all day.
Warriors back to back. Come on. We want to have that type.
Bro, fuck that, bro. Bro, Celtics, bro. Celtics all day. But yeah, no, hey, shout out to Big Mike. Guys, Big Mike was in Cane Town, just had a show, I believe, not too long ago. Guys, go to Cane Town, go subscribe to my guy, Cane Town, and go subscribe to my guy, Big Mike. Bro, they both are getting into the content creating world just like we are. And I'm just trying to, show them support and go, build channels up. Go build the channels up. Go share the link around. Go spread the word, guys. They put on a lot of good content over there. Cane Town Raider and Big Mike Raider. 2 different channels, by the way. I hope you guys know that. 2 different channels. Go subscribe to them, man. Go show support to our brothers. Not Raiders fan. The Chiefs drafted Kelsey, Hill, Mahomes, Jones. Those are Hall of Fame type players. We need that type of luck. That Raiders fan. Now, Natural Nate, the Warriors will know nothing about this because they just buy their championship. The Celtics draft their championships. I'm just throwing shit, guys. Me and Nate, we like talking that shit.
2009, my guy. 2009 draft, bro. Steph Curry with the second.
When you got a Stephen Curry, when you got a God-given talent, you don't really got to go draft. You just got to go buy your talent. With the Celtics, see, we got to draft. We don't got a Stephen Curry. We got to go draft our players. But see,
you didn't draft Al Horford.
Here's what the Celtics did. I know it's 2 different. I know it's 2 different sports, but here's what the Celtics did. The Celtics went and drafted Tatum, like you said here with the Chiefs. The Celtics drafted Tatum. They drafted Jaylen Brown. They drafted Marcus Smart. They drafted Grant Williams. They went out and got a few pieces also in the free agency. But it started with their draft. And that's why I look to the draft. A lot of people's like, bro, Exacting Raider or Raiders Primos, why are you looking at the draft so early? We're 3-7. Where the fuck are we going unless we magically go on a run? If I see we go on a run, then, bro, I'm eating my words. And, okay, I'm not going to look at the draft anymore. But right now, I'm looking at the draft because we 3-7. I don't see us going anywhere. Like, I'm a realist. Like, bro, we beat a 3-7 Broncos team. Why are we acting like we beat the 6-4 Bills? Or we beat the 8-1 Eagles? Or we beat the 7-2 Chiefs or the 8-2 Chiefs? I think because they're 8-2 now. Why are we acting like we beat a playoff team? We beat a sorry ass Broncos team. Why are we acting like we won the Super Bowl? I'm happy we got to win, but why not look at the draft? We still are trash, guys. We still suck. We still are 3-7. We still 3-7.
Like anything you want to add, until the day and the hour and the minute we clinch a spot into the playoffs for 2023, we're still gonna talk about the draft, my guy. That's just tough because like that's where we're headed. That's just until we make it to the playoffs or if we win a playoff game. That's all.
Yeah. And Van City.
Kind of facts.
No, we didn't buy into like the playoff talk and all that. We're just saying like hypothetically, if that does happen, let's say that does happen. We went out somehow, we somehow make the playoffs. Let's say that does happen. Can we see this team go into like Kansas City, like Arrowhead, or into freaking Bills Mafia and go get a win? No, I don't see it because this is not a playoff team. if this team makes the playoffs, it's the same team from last season, a lucky ass team. I know people was like, well, luck can't be on our side. Guys, we played a Browns team that half of their team was in COVID. We played a Colts team that their quarterback dealt with COVID leading up to the game. We played a sorry ass Broncos team that had Drew Lock at the quarterback position. And then it's like,
No, he's talking about like buying.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, okay, never mind, Van City. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know he was talking about that. But then we beat a Chargers team that choked. Like, yeah, I'm coming, and I came off of that high of us making the playoffs going into the season, and this is why I'm pissed off. People want to go back to that playoff run. I'm going back to that playoff run. Yeah, we made the playoffs. Did we get there? We did, but we had a little luck going, on our side. We had luck on our side. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying we had luck on our side. It's not a bad thing we had luck on our side. If I'm being honest, in the 2016 season, we had luck on our side. Bro, we won a game having 23 fucking penalties. You remember that, Nate, against the Bucks?
I remember when we were crazy in penalties. We
have an NFL record. We have an NFL record, 23 penalties, and we still won.
I remember when we were
that's
penalties crazy.
I get that's grit, bro. That's also a little luck. You got a little luck on your side. So that's where I'm like, hey, bro, we had a little luck on our side. It's not a bad thing. It's just, we did our thing. We had the grit to come, they did what they needed to do, but they also had a little luck to sneak into the playoffs. And we gave our best shot against the Bengals. But at the end of the day, we still lost. That's my opinion on it. Raider Gio, players come and go. The fans are always there and losing year after year. Of course, we have the right to be pissed off. A win is cool, but man, the season was supposed to be it. Raider Gio, and that's where I'm at, man. A win, winning yesterday was cool, but it doesn't change the fact that's our third win. Our third 10 games in, that's our third win.
We were at this season.
We gotta come back down to earth. We gotta come back down to earth. What were you saying, Nate? Sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, you're good. We were like he said, this was supposed to be the start of, I don't know, a 5-year gradually getting better, Instead, we just walked to an end of a road, an end road, and we just already fell off of a cliff. And we ain't gonna climb back over the cliff right now because we just gotta find pieces. I don't know. It's kind of cool how I'm making this up. We gotta just find rocks to climb ourselves back up, and that's drafting, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Fun stuff too.
Like I said, Van City says we beat the 7 Donkeys. We need a top 5 pick this year or we're fucked. All love, Scream on 8. All love to you, bro. All love to you, Van City too. You always show your support. And we may agree or disagree, but at the same time for you, and we love what you bring to the channel because you always, have the conversations we have, they're deep about this team because we the team. Yeah. And like I said, we may agree to disagree. And I'm sorry, Van City. I'm gonna disagree with you on this. At first, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck, we need a top 5 pick or we're fucked. But then I thought about it. Who do we have drafting for us? We have Ziegler. So then I thought about it more. I'm like, we got Ziegler drafting, and he had a good draft last season. For what he had. I don't think we need a top 5 pick. We don't need a top 5 pick because it doesn't matter where we draft. It matters who we draft. Would it be not? Because here's my thing. Now we do have a top 5 pick. I'm not saying, okay, we have to draft at 3 or we have to draft at 4. But then you could also maybe get more draft capital. Because let's say we hold that 2nd overall pick and we want to get a Jalen Carter. Okay, then we can move back into the draft because then what if someone else wants to come get their quarterback? The thing is a lot, and I've been an advocate for Will Levis and C.J. Stroud and wanted to get a top quarterback. But I'm at the point, I'm going to go back what I said. Derek Carr's not the biggest problem. Whoa. Is he part of them? Yeah. but he's not the biggest problem.
Whoa.
He like I'm not gonna say we need to go get a CJ Stroud or Will Levis because really I don't want a Will Levis or CJ Stroud. I'm content going with the Jaren Hall or Hendon Hooker. Really, guys, if you guys haven't figured that out yet, I'm really high on Jaren Hall. I like his arm strength. You know, he used to play baseball, which we seen the baseball guys in the football world, bro. They got arm to throw that football around and throw it in some weird ways. So he can learn to improvise. I like Jaren Hall coming out of BYU, and you could get him in the second or third round. So that's why I like you focus on getting defense in the first round, and if you're at a second overall pick, yeah, you can use that on a Carter or use it on an Anderson. But if you could trade back and get more draft capital because someone wants to go pick their quarterback, then you could do that also. And having that second overall pick would give you that option. And if you fall back in the draft, then yeah, you can't get draft capital. But then you can swing at the 7th or 8th overall pick and go hopefully Carter's on the board or Anderson's on the board. But then let's not forget about the other guys, like a Joey Porter Jr. You could go get a Joey Porter Jr. You could also, you could, go get maybe a Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech or even Isaiah Foskey from Notre Dame, or even go get a linebacker, start, get maybe a Noah Sewell or Henry bro, this name, I was looking at it like, bro, this name, imagine trying to say this name, Henry To'oTo'o from Alabama. He's a number 3 over projected linebacker on Pro Football's Pro Football's prospect rankings. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Like the defense is a deep class. I think I would be okay if they win out. I'm okay with it. But for me, it's at the same time like you playing with our emotions. You guys are playing with the nation's emotions. Because where was this earlier in the season? That's my take on it. What about you, Nate? What do you think
about like
about like out? Where we're drafting, no, not even winning out, just winning in general, and then where our draft spot, if we drop out of the top 5 or even out of the top 10, how are you feeling about that?
Well, is this draft okay? Before we get into this recent chat, so how deep is the draft in quarterbacks? That's what really matters the most.
Here's the top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's
top 10 quarterbacks. Number 1 right now. ProFootballNetwork.com is having CJ Stroud at number 1, Bryce Young at number 2, 3 Hendon Hooker, which might change considering he tore his ACL yesterday, so he might fall back. You got Will Levis, you got Anthony Richardson from Florida, you got Jaren Hall, that's my guy out of BYU, you got Cameron Ward out of Washington State, you got Bo Nix out of Oregon, who Wasted really likes Bo Nix. I'm gonna need to see some film on Bo Nix. You got Jordan Travis out of Florida State, and you got Doran Thompson Robinson out of UCLA. Really, there's 8 quarterbacks that if you hold them for 1 year, they could be stars. But at the same time, bro, the draft is risk. The draft is a risky thing. Real quick, Van City, as long as we're top 5, we'll have a shot at Will Levis or Jalen Carter. For Jalen Carter, though, Van City, I don't think we need to be a top 5. I think maybe you can get him in the 6 and the 7, maybe. And then if you can't get him, you can't get Carter. It still is a deep draft that you can go out and get other guys that can make this team win. Now, I want Carter. I do want Carter. But we got to see how the season plays out, and we got to, when the pro days is, we can have all this talk, but we got to see how the season plays out, how the scouting combine is, pro days, and then when it gets close to draft time, bro, all this shit can change. All this shit can change. Shout out to Alice Goes, bro. Shout out to you for jumping in here, man. Van City. opinions are like assholes, and I have one of the biggest assholes. And Alex goes, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. A top 5 pick isn't going to solve all of our problems. Cleveland Farrell, bust. Jamarcus Russell, bust. Who else was a top 5 pick that we picked that turned out to? The only guy I remember that was a top 5 pick for us that performed was Khalil Mack. That's the only guy I remember. And we traded his ass, which, bro, John Gruden, I would never forgive you for that. Raider Lux, what's going on, man? He says trade back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Raider Lux, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Carr is not the problem, but his contract is. And that's why I say he's not a problem. He's not the biggest problem on the field. Is he part of it? Yeah, because he doesn't elevate his teammates to where they need to, to make them better around them for the money that he's getting paid to do. He's going to get paid $33 million. You pay top quarterbacks that type of money. And he's just not a top quarterback in my opinion. So that contract is really what's hurting our team because you could use that money. You could pay a rookie quarterback to put up the same stats that Carr's putting up. And
yeah.
Vancy says if we can swing the trade, we have to pull the trigger. Yeah. Raider Lux said, "No, fuck Rodgers. I don't want no player that will put himself before the shield. Fuck that. I'd rather keep Carr." I think that's where I'm at too. If a lot of people want to bring in Rodgers or Brady, I wouldn't mind bringing in Brady. Rodgers, I'm hearing a lot of rumors that that's a possibility that the Raiders and Packers could do a trade swap, meaning Carr goes to Packers, Rodgers goes to the Raiders. I would like that, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, bro, you wanted $50 million from the Packers instead of, going to go pay your man, your guy Devontae Adams. But I don't know, man.
We would just
Van City, did your opinion finally came out? I think he did.
Yeah.
People are still defending Carr. He played like absolute shit the entire game yesterday until that bomb to Adams in overtime. And that pass was almost a fumble. I don't know about it almost being a fumble. I might have to go look at that. But
we're stripped.
I will say this, you are not wrong. He's not wrong. Carr did play like shit. The stats, but I would say this, Van City, we got to give Derek Carr his flowers though, because when it came down to it, when we needed him to step up, he stepped up. When we needed him to throw a touchdown, he threw a touchdown. When we needed him to get us in field goal range, he got us in field goal range. And then when he needed to throw that strike to Devontae at the end of the game, he threw it. But I will also say this, Van City, yesterday's game doesn't change the narrative that I feel, this is my opinion, that Derek Carr should not be here next season. Yesterday's game's not going to change my mind, how I feel about Derek Carr. I still am going to say Derek Carr should not be the quarterback of the Raiders next season. I'm still going to say that. Bro, I'm giving you your flowers. You balled out when you needed to ball out. But we're still 3-7, and there's times this season where we lost because of you. We won because of you yesterday, and we also won because of Adams' route running, because Devontae Adams is that guy. Like, we can't take anything away from Devontae Adams. And, bro, Van City, how about this? Let's get credit to Josh McDaniels. Everybody wants to kill Josh McDaniels for a loss, but then they don't want to congratulate him for a win. The play calls and the play designs that he did down the stretch in the fourth quarter and in overtime, bro, amazing play calling. Amazing play calling. Because he put Devontae Adams in a position to use his abilities, use his strengths. His route running is one of his biggest strengths. And Josh McDaniels drew up a play where Devontae Adams used strength. So I'm going to give Josh McDaniels his flowers. And you guys have seen I killed Josh McDaniels in the past for losses, and I killed Derek Carr, and I killed the defense. And today I'm giving them their flowers because they lose as a team and they win as a team. But I will hold people accountable, and I will also give them the flowers when they deserve it.
Well, as long as they know how to finish the game, which they did, I mean, It's so weird right now. Like they're not even supposed to. It's like you think about so many things. Like we're not supposed to be in this position, but now we're going for this opportunity, and now we're looking right like past this year. Derek Carr's gone. Uh, Now you're thinking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady came in the mix. It's funny.
Yeah. No, not no. I hear you. I hear you. And also, Owls goes. I hear you too. We don't need a cute quarterback. We need to be better trenches. O line, defensive line. A new quarterback won't matter if you can't protect him. Now, Owls goes. I'll say this: is the Chiefs O line great? Everyone in the chat, I want you guys to answer that. Is the Chiefs O line great? Is the Chargers O line great? Is the Bears O line great? Is the Falcons O line great? Is the Bills O line great? Or do they just look great because of the quarterbacks that they have? I'll let you guys answer that. Raider Luck says Bo Nix is fired. Devin Leary a beast, bro. Please check him out. I think you hit me up on that, bro. I'm gonna watch that after our live. I'm gonna start doing some film work on him.
Is
Big
that
Mike
a
says I
name?
can't get with Bo
Bo
Nix.
Nix?
I just remember how garbage he was when he was Auburn. Yeah, Big Mike. Like I said, I've been slacking on my film work when it comes to the prospects coming out in the draft because, like I said, I want to see scouting. I want to see pro days. I want to see more of that. I just don't really want to rely on game film also. Arch Manning, the best high school nephew, Payne Manning, will be Raider in a few years.
Hey,
I
yo.
don't know if you could wait that long, though. Raiders Lux. I want a top 5 pick to trade back, honestly, to pick up an extra first. Hey, good year if you trade back, I wouldn't mind that. We're gonna finish in the top 5, guys. I'm not worried. We suck. I can see the Bears winning at least another 2 or 3 games, and Cleveland is gonna have Watson back here either this week or next week. That's true. Fellas, let's be real. DC did not play like shit. Did he play lights out the entire game? No, but he played well when it counted. And yeah, I was going to say, that's what I'm saying. He played well when it counted. He didn't play. I would say he played like shit the first half, but he adjusted. I'll say that. He adjusted. And that's, he was clutched. Now, I'm going to say this, bro. Mamba mentality and DC should not be in the same sentence. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just me, personally. That's just me. I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm giving him his flowers, Alex goes, because yes, when it was clutch time, he did what he needed to do. But there were 6 other times in clutch time that he shit the bed, along with the rest of the other offense. The rest of the offense and him all shit the bed 6 other times. Vancy, he was missing receivers left and right and center. Cole was wide open and Carr missed him by a good 6 yards. And then also he floated one hella high too on a deep route, and it was in double coverage that I didn't like. Could Cole come down with it? Yeah, but bro, give homeboy a better ball to work with. And then he had to
slow 3 flags up, bro.
He had to slow down for the ball.
That was 3 flags up, literally. It was like.
Alex goes. Cole keeps on running the wrong routes, and dude, I would not disagree with on that, dude. Bro, boy got butterfingers for days.
Cole
I cannot wait to run for that. Cole really is sorry. I don't mind winning. We have to get Carr's trade value up somehow. Laugh my ass off. And crazy how they're acting like Carr made those play calls. I'm riding with McDaniels. The thing is, Raider Lux, there's Carr fans out there that Carr can't audible, and then they want to come into my DMs and be like, "Well, Carr audible to those plays." So it's either he can't audible or he can audible, bro. What is it?
Non-audible.
What are y'all talking about? Y'all contradicting yourselves there. The quarterback still has to give the wide receivers a chance to catch the ball, and he overthrew him by a good 6 yards. Literally watched that and was like, "That's my quarterback." Crying. Salute to Bugsy, bro. Salute to you, man. Raider Geo. Here, I'll come back to that because Owls Ghost said they're better lines than outline. But Owls Ghost, I'm saying this because they got better quarterbacks that scramble and improvise, and they get out of the pocket when the pocket is collapsing. They may be better O-lines than ours, but could you
simpler
imagine
terms,
if
they
we
extend
had a
plays.
mobile quarterback with this offensive line? Because this offensive line is not bad as what, bro. Me and Nate were scared about this line. We were scared. We were nervous because we're like, bro, Derek Carr's gonna get killed out there. This line is not looking like they can protect for anything. But for what they've been doing with this season and the freaking carousel that they've been going through themselves, and Illuminor out there freaking blind as fuck, not protecting what's in front of him.
In more simpler terms, he expands the play.
Like, yeah, extend the plays. That's what thank you, Nate. They extend plays. Can you confidently say, Alex goes, Derek Carr extends plays? Can you honestly say that? I've been screaming for Derek Carr. Like when I'm watching like the Saints game or even the Chargers game from beginning this year, I'm like, Carr, move, run, scramble. Why? Because he should be doing that. You're paying him $30 million, right? To do what? To win football games. Not to be there looking like this, bro. Hold up. Like he's staring, he's over there in the pocket looking like this.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
He's just standing, hold on. I got you guys. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. We're gonna have a little laugh. We're gonna have a little laugh. But he's over there looking like this. Hold on, I'm trying to freaking widen this stuff because
oh god, you guys should see me. You guys should see the Raiders silver and black Air Force Ones. Oh, I forgot. Hey,
dude,
yeah.
I would love to. Hold on, bro. Why, bro? I think Kardashians. I got to my internet, bro.
That sounds fire, Van City. Can't go wrong with some forces.
Hey, bro, this is again in week 1. This is how Derek Carr looked, bro. This is how he looked, and this is why I get on him sometimes, and why I don't really crap on our O-line, because it doesn't help when you got a quarterback that is in that pocket looking like this, bro. It don't help.
Bruh.
It don't help when you got. It don't.
Bro, that
help.
was like I was expecting something else. That's like so random. That's hecka funny, and it all makes sense because that boy got a jersey on.
Like it don't help when your quarterback is back there looking like that.
Statue, literally.
And that's why Alex goes, that is why I'm against getting Tom Brady, because of our offensive line. I'm not excusing or ignoring that our O-line is not a problem, because it is. But that's why I'm against Tom Brady. Because for me, you need a quarterback that can scramble, that can get away from pressure, that can run and improvise, and is elusive. That's why I'm against getting a Tom Brady, because you got to go get a mobile quarterback, because our offensive line has questions. It has questions. Raider Lux, O-lines look better when the quarterback avoids pressures and sacks by running out the pocket. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for Carr to do. Avoid, but the thing is, he can't do that, and you can't ask Derek Carr. You can't ask Derek Carr to do something that he can't not do. We seen it yesterday. He got on one of the sacks. Yeah, any other quarterback would have scrambled to the right, but that's not Derek Carr's game. Derek Carr's game is a pocket passer. But the NFL is not in the pocket passing league anymore. The NFL nowadays is full of quarterbacks that are mobile, that scramble, and that improvise and get out of the pocket when shit starts breaking down. O-lines look better when the we already said that. Your thoughts on Hollins? You think we would keep him or let him go in the offseason? Personally, that Raiders fan, I would like to keep him. I think he's having a good season. And for the role, because he's not a wide receiver.
He needs to put socks on.
He's not a wide receiver, too.
Yeah, we can't have him walking bare feet, bro. We can't have him smelling, like, getting the freaking field smelly, bro. Like, what? We can't be walking into the stadium
Oh, bro, that's
smelling
funny.
Holland's feet, bro. Foot fetish.
Bro, fact. No, but in all seriousness, for the role that he's came in to be, he's not a wide receiver 2, but he has filled that role as wide receiver 2. But I feel you do keep him, and he's looked good in the special teams too. So I hope we can get him to come back on a cheap deal. And Nate wants to bring him back just as long as he's wearing socks.
Yeah, I'm chilling. You just
Buzz Gesh says Carr's gone after this year. Van City says you guys should see the Raiders silver. Bro, the wifey caught me for, bro.
Yeah, his wife.
Hey, wait, Van City, you got me. Hey, you got us on Instagram, I believe, bro. Send them my way, bro.
His wifey so far. He's been telling us. He's been getting everything.
How it goes? It's tough to extend plays when half his weapons are injured. Dang. Also, this is the first year that DC has a true number 1 receiver. So ours goes. And I'm not saying this is your excuse, but last season I was hearing all DC needs is a true number 1 receiver. Now that he's got that, the excuse is he's got a number 1 wide receiver. Like what? Like this is his first. We're like then there goes. I'm gonna come back to people were hyping up the DC Davante Adams connection. Like.
DC Davante Adams.
My thing is, it's not only he has to extend plays by passing, run the fucking ball.
You know what's like funny is that I think I was just scrolling and they posted that little like when Derek Carr and Davante Adams was right next to like the tunnel after getting that touchdown. Somebody commented, Kobe and Shaq.
Oh my gosh! Oh my no!
And I was like,
no, bro, no.
This is not your wrong team.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Some of the fans we have, bro, like, why are you hyping them up? I mean, Devontae is that, bro. Devontae is that.
Kobe and Shaq, bro. What the heck?
But I mean. I hear you with the weapons are injured. Like, man, Renfro probably, who knows? He'd probably be saving DC's ass a couple times, maybe even Waller. But at the end of the day, he still does have Davante Adams. He can run the football. We've seen him being able to run the football. The thing is, like I said, that's not his game. That is not Derek Carr's game. Derek Carr will not run the football. If he does not see an option,
we don't want that.
If he does not see an option, he's not running the football. He's holding on. Looking like this, looking like homegirl right here.
Standing.
He's looking like homegirl right here.
He's just standing there menacingly.
Yeah, just standing there menacingly, bro.
It's crazy.
Like, dude, like, I'm serious, guys. Like, I just want him to run the football. Like, if he was improvising, like I said, I'm starting to make this sound like it's a lot. It's not a lot. It's just he didn't do that yesterday, and he hasn't been doing that all season. Like, you know what? It's like it just sucks, bro. It just sucks because I want a quarterback that can improvise, not a quarterback that's over here like this. I don't want a quarterback that's over here like this, bro.
He's just standing there. Menacingly.
Like, I don't
want that. That's literally POV from the freaking fan.
For real, like, dude, I'm looking at that, and I'm like, he's just standing there. Menacingly, like, bro, get out of there, Derek Carr.
It's just like, well, I'm sorry, but like, we need an
improviser. Like, that's what it comes down to, an improviser. So like when the play breaks down, you can improvise, extend the play, get positive out of nothing. Van City says, so far, she's grabbed me a Raiders jacket I've wanted for 10 years, a Bo Jackson Hall of Fame jersey, and my silver and black Air Force Ones. Don't tell her, boys, but this is why I married her. Oh, and for my birthday, she surprised me with my Seattle Seahawks versus Raiders tickets. It's Sunday, my first ever live NFL/Raiders
That's
game,
a
bro.
dub.
Van City, you better keep her.
Yeah.
Tell you that right now. Better keep her. If I find out that something happened between y'all and it was your fault, me and Nate are coming to Canada, bro, and we's gonna have to fight, bro. We's gonna have to fight. Alex goes, the DC Adams connection is strong. Adams has over 9. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think it's getting better and better as the season is going on, but I still feel like Derek Carr's not the answer. I still feel that way. Yesterday does not change the fact. I will ask you this, Nate, because you haven't really gave your opinion on it. With what happened yesterday, how do you feel about Derek Carr? Like, does your opinion change? Mine hasn't, but what about yours?
No, I'm still looking to drafting a quarterback and keeping him to test the waters with Josh McDaniels. Yep.
All right.
Because
that Raiders go ahead.
With Derek Carr, his generation is past. And for him to still be in the league, not saying that he's terrible, but the people that actually is good that play his type of games are, who the Rodgers, the Bradys.
Bro, even Rodgers runs though. Even Rodgers runs.
But but they're slingers. They're slingers.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the pocket pocket passers and
yeah.
Well, that Raiders fan, your thoughts on Zach Wilson? Just an example of how if you fucked up on the pick, it'll hurt your franchise. Bro, Nate, did you see Zach Wilson's press conference yesterday?
Yeah, he said something about I don't think I disappointed.
Yeah, they asked him, how do you feel? You only threw for 77 yards, and the defense only gave 3 points. Like, do you feel like you let the defense down? Boy, with thinking, said no.
He said, nah.
Like, you didn't let the defense down. What else the fuck do you want your defense to do? Score points for you? Like, oh, bro. And then that Raiders fan, and then I heard.
Oh, God.
And then I heard people actually saying trade Derek Carr to the Jets for Zach Wilson. Hell no. Hell no.
Wait.
Like,
what?
Guys, I want Derek. I'm saying Derek Carr's going to be out, but I'm not fucking desperate for a quarterback. Like, why are we over here sounding desperate? Like,
wait, people said trade him for Zach Wilson?
Trade Derek Carr to the Jets for Zach Wilson. See if you could do that.
At that point, I'm grabbing the gun. I'm grabbing the gun.
Like, no, bro, I don't want Zach. No, bro, no. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Also, I don't think I gave my thoughts, and you didn't get my thoughts. Is he lost the locker room with that possibly, and he fucked up by those comments.
He needs to go back to high school because he looks like
he's not having a bad season. He's not. I want to say he's not having a bad season, but he's not having a good season. He's having an average season, and it's a defense that's carrying his ass. Same with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is getting carried by his
and defense. The running game.
And I would say the same with Jimmy G, but at the same time, Jimmy G, when he needs to come through, he comes through.
Yeah, they won the game. It's tough. 38-10.
I mean, I knew they were going to win today. The Cardinals are ass. And
we lost to him.
Raider luck. Not for me. I actually don't want him to run the ball either because motherfucker fumbles all the time. That's what I'm saying, Raider Lux. I mean, you're right, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Just go run, and then if he fumbles, I'm like, you know what, bro? Just go get yourself a quarterback that can run and take care of the football. Come on up, brothers. Either one of you guys ever been to? Bro, I have not, and I'm a Boston Bruins fan, man. I'm a Bruins fan, and I've told my dad because my dad's also a Bruins fan. I told him like that's one thing I want to do is, and I want to take him to like a Bruins game,
hockey,
because that would be a first hockey game. Hey, I would hit a Canucks game too. You know,
What's a
I will
Canuck?
be down. You know, hey, we'll talk Raiders football and we'll talk hockey. As best
What's
of
a
my knowledge, I
wait?
don't really know
What are the
much about
Canucks?
hockey. I just root for the Bruins. They're a hockey team. They're a hockey team.
Wait, is it international? Wait, I must be tripping.
No, they got a Toronto team out there. I mean, Canucks. I don't. Okay, Canucks. I know Toronto Blue. Is it Toronto? Okay, who is their hockey team?
Does
'Cause I
the
know it ain't
league?
that.
Yeah, does the league go from America to Canada?
It's like baseball.
How big is the league?
It's like I don't know, but it's like baseball. Like I said, I don't know much.
Yeah.
About hockey. I don't even know all the teams. I just know Sharks and Bruins. That's about it. Maple Leafs. Oh yeah, it's the Maple Leafs. I was gonna say Blue Leafs. I knew they're a Leaf, but no, Van City, bro. If me and Nate take a trip out there, bro, we definitely will hit you up and be like, "We're
We gonna be
like to
traveling
slide
for
through
sure.
and hang out, bro."
We
Yeah,
gonna be
we gonna be.
traveling for sure.
The thing is, we want to meet you guys. Like I said, bro, Nate won't be joining me on the trip, but I will be traveling to Las Vegas for the Patriots and Raiders game. No matter how the season's looking, I will be out there with my pops. I'll be out there with my Pats Primo, Beerus, and I think I told my dad I want to hit up the blackout party in Vegas because I know that's where all the Raiders fans, all the Raiders fans hang out. I would love to, talk some shit. I would hope to see Oz goes there so me and him can have our debate. And then at the end, we're going to, just have a good time because it's all love. Raider Geo, this is a question for
MJ.
Nate because I'm mostly in
MJ.
football and baseball.
MJ.
Basketball is him, and he says MJ.
MJ. 6 rings.
He says MJ. Raider Lux also says pocket passers have the best pocket awareness and can take hits. Carr, unfortunately, doesn't have that anymore. That's true. Jeremy. Shout out to Jeremy, bro, coming in the chat. Name the last great defensive player we had. It was a top 4 pick, and I think Carter or Anderson are game changers. So if we get out of the top 4, you can't get them. I hear you, Jeremy, and like I said, I'm there too, but it's like I gotta see how this combine goes. Like with the guy the Jags drafted, who the fuck did they draft first overall? That fucking linebacker.
Don't know.
What's his fucking name, bro? What's his name? Trayvon Walker. Yeah, Trayvon Walker. People were telling me Trayvon Walker was not even supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. He was projected to be a late round, first round pick, but because of his combine and his pro day, he got bumped up to, he got picked number 1 overall. So that's why I said I want to see that. Now, I will say this, Jeremy. I would not be mad if we lose. And I won't be mad if we win either. I will be, happy we won, and I probably will be disappointed we lost. But at the same time, we will get into the top, stay in the top 5. Alsgo says people need to calm down on DC hate. Hey, Alsgo's, I hope what me and Nate are bringing, it's not hate. We're not hating on the guy. We have mad respect for DC. We love the guy, but I just want to put that out there. I'm not saying you're saying we're hating on him. I'm just saying because there is some hate out there. Alsgo's, I agree with you. Like some of these guys hate Derek Carr on a personal level, and that's on some weird shit. I don't hate Derek Carr on a personal level. I just don't like him as the Raiders quarterback. Like I'm just saying, like he's not the quarterback of the future for the Raiders. Like I'm of course rooting for him this season because he's starting quarterback this season. And that, like when it comes to the off season, I hope I wake up and we come on the light that hey, we talking about Derek Carr getting cut.
It's crazy to think. Did Davante Adams really downgrade?
I don't think so. Oh fuck, bro.
Because that boy's going off like he was in.
I don't want to say he downgraded because he's still balling. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he's still balling. He's still balling out. He's still putting up Davante Adams type numbers, but I don't think he downgraded. I think though he's just getting hella targets. I think that's what it is.
I think he's in the same situation.
Now I was going to study the numbers. Josh Allen has 21 touchdowns to 10 interceptions with 2,930 yards. Carr has 15 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions with 2,435 yards. Carr's numbers aren't bad. I'm not saying they are they're not bad. I'm not saying his numbers aren't bad, but I would say, you know what is bad? What is bad is this. Like, I
Vegas.
want you to look at this because I think we need to get a visual real quick. We need to get a visual. Let's get a visual real quick. His numbers are not bad, but here is what is bad. Look at where we're at. What does it say right here? And then I'll even do this. Because I don't look at this. I don't look. It's not really his stats, like not the roster. Like, look at that. Tell me the difference you notice. What is the difference? Alice goes. I'm not getting on Cards because of his stats. I'm getting on him because of this right here.
Dang, Chargers on a 2-game losing streak.
What is the major? I know Bills are. I know, right? Oh wait, you talking about Chargers? Yeah,
Chargers.
What? This is the major stat right here. I care about this. This is the major stat I care about. I care about this. That's my opinion. I'm not hating on him because of the stats. It's because, bro, he can't win. We needed him to pull through to win. He couldn't do it. Before yesterday, he was 0-6 in game. You know, people talk about his game-winning drives, his game-winning touchdowns, or game-tying drives. He was 0-6 prior to the game yesterday in those situations.
I hate when like the commentators always like jinx stuff.
Yeah, and they always bring that up. Like, bro, they half like really majority of that came in 2016 because in 2016, not even half, but majority during the 2015, 2016, 2017 is where he was really bringing us back in games. And I was like, that's why I was like, bro, Derek Carr, during that time, believe it or not, guys, I was rooting for Carr. And I was like, bro, Carr's the future. He's going to play till he's like 37 and you build around him. You make this team better. And they haven't. Like, they got Devontae Adams. This team was possibly his best team he's had since that 2016 season. And he's just not he hasn't performed. The Vancouver Canucks are hockey. They're okay. Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, hockey is a Canada sport. I know. Bro, Toronto Maple Leafs, man. I remember when the Bruins played them. I always get mad because they were the only one of those teams that always has our numbers. If we ever meet up, I'll give Primos and Van City some 4 jerseys, bro. I already got a Carr jersey, believe it or not.
I'll trade you.
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think I hate on DC, bro.
I'll trade you.
I was a big DC supporter.
I'll trade you this one.
Big DC supporter. It's just he's not the answer. He's not the answer. Van City says, I have a DC4 jersey. I was a huge Carr supporter for the past 8 years. He knew coming into the season, his excuses were over. He shit the bed. It's time to move on. I may actually wear my DC jersey on Sunday, as I am well aware of the fact that it may be my one and only time I get to see DC play live, as kind of a thank you for the memories. My hate doesn't come out of nowhere. Yeah. I was just saying Mac was the 4th pick. Oh, I know. And that's what I'm saying. Mac, that's what I said. Khalil Mack was our last defensive stud that we hit in the top 5. And I'm just hoping that's what we do this season, that we hit on somebody. We hit on a stud on the defense. I don't want a quarterback in the top 5. I want defense. Hit a defensive stud in the first round. I don't want a quarterback. That's why I'm so high on Jaren Hall, because you could get Jaren Hall in the late 2nd round or even early in the 3rd round. And you could use that other draft capital on the defense. I always goes, it's the ultimate team sport. It's the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Las Vegas Derek Carr. I'm not. I understand that. I understand that.
Oakland Raiders.
When it comes to Super Bowls, who gets the credit? Why does people say Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls? Not, they always say Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls. They always say Tom Brady has this. Tom Brady has this. Aaron Rodgers has this. Ben Roethlisberger has this. Peyton Manning has this. Because at the end of the day, The quarterback is the most important position. The quarterback is the face of the franchise. The quarterback is the leader of the team. However Derek Carr goes, the Las Vegas Raiders will go. If Derek Carr shit in the bed, the Las Vegas Raiders shit the bed. Is winning and he's winning football games, then the Las Vegas Raiders will win football games. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. However Derek Carr goes, the Las Vegas Raiders will follow. Why? Because he's the most important position on that field. Between offense and defense, he's the most important position. You hear like, and the thing is like I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him because I'm not. I'm just saying I'm going based off what I see on the field. We are 3-7. We are 3-7. We barely snuck in. He took us to the playoffs twice in his 9 years. I give him that. But I got to go back to what Van City said right here. Really, for me, this is like a lost season. And if this is his last season, bro, I'm not going to be like, yeah, finally, Derek Carr's out. Like, no, it's like, you know what? Thank you, Derek. Thank you for putting up with the shit that you was putting up with for your 9 years. For this freaking organization that was not building a good defense around you. Then they freaking threw your, Cooper away. Crabtree didn't want to come back because of the they cut him. They cut Crabtree, and you went through like 3 rebuilds. Let's be honest. You went through shit, DC, and I applaud you for that. I thank you for that. I thank you for putting up what you put up with in your 9 years. But I'm sorry, for the sake of you, for the sake of your mentality and the sake of, you as a human being, because I respect you, I hope the Raiders cut you. Because if you stay with us, bro, we're going to see you be crying up there on the podium a lot more. Not because you crying. I'm not saying because, you a bitch. It's because this organization is going to fucking wear you out. Because we don't got together. And you as a person, you as a human being, you as a man, DC, out you. And I freaking, I like you as a man. That may come out, pause worthy. Like, if I met DC in person, bro, I will shake his hand and have a good conversation with him. If that ever happened, I don't hate him as a man.
I just tell him it's on me.
It's on me, bro. It's on me.
On me.
Thank you, DC. That's all I can say. Thank you, DC, for what you put up with through the 9 years of being with the Raiders. And thank you for putting some respect on the Raiders' names in 2016 and even last season. But there's times that you shit the bed, too. I will remember the good times, but I won't forget the bad times where you could have clutched up and you didn't. That's all. That's my opinion, man. Raider Luck says 1-7 on game-winning drives this year. I hold the whole offense account on that, though. I'll say that. I hold it on. I hold on the whole offense as a whole too. Jeremy Shoots. I hope we get a bridge quarterback and get Williams out of UCS or May out of UNC next year. It would be a great future, in my opinion. Yeah, Jeremy Shoots. Caleb Williams is out of USC, but he will be coming out next season in 2024, not this season, not this upcoming season. And Van City has a point. Yeah, we would need a top pick to go get Caleb Williams. And unless we want to shit the bed again next season, I don't want to shit the bed next season. By the way, y'all act. It seems like it's Las Vegas Derek Carr. Bro, it's not. And the thing is, Raiders Lux, I've always put blame on everybody else. It's just that he's been here for 9 years, and I've seen him play like this under other coaches, other coordinators. Yeah, bro. I literally would. Me and Nate would say that. Like, I'm serious. If we came out with this channel back in 2014, 2015, bro, me and Nate would have been the biggest Derek Carr supporters, bro. Like, guys like Wasted and Graf, bro. They probably wouldn't really want to debate with us, or even him, or even maybe even Van City, or like a lot of the guys that support our channel. Probably wouldn't really want to debate with us, or even have, because we really loved Derek Carr. We loved Derek Carr back then. Now, I don't know how they felt about DC back then either, because they probably liked him too, as we all did, because of what he was showing us. but he ended up starting losing more games and games, but won't put aside the organization was shit. And for better, DC needs to cut ties with the organization. The organization needs to cut ties with DC for better for both parties. Primos, if those emails never came out, you think we'd be better right now than what we have at the moment? That's a tough one, Raider Gio, because I feel if you have a Gruden and Mayock still here, bro, you're not getting a Devontae Adams. I don't think Mayock pulls off that trade. I don't think Mayock is not a Ziegler. And Josh McDaniels is not a Gruden.
You think?
I think it'd be now would it be better? We possibly could be, but we'd have a very, very different team than we have right now. I'll say that. What about you, Nate?
I mean, shoot, I'll take having a chance to get Tom Brady than not having a chance to get Tom Brady. Am I right? After taking down his trade offer, I'd rather have somebody that took down a Tom Brady trade offer. I mean, not have somebody, but you know what I mean.
You know, damn, they demolished him. Let me see. Damn.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo had 4 touchdown passes, and the Niners beat the Cardinals 38-10.
Congrats. We both won in fantasy.
Yeah, we did. Bro, did you see freaking Matt, bro? He's getting the weekly payout again. We have a guy in our fantasy league named Matt. He's an Eagles fan, and this man is we have like a weekly payout thing that you get paid for having the highest score that week. He won his 5th weekly payout this season.
He's already got his money back.
I need that luck.
Without the playoffs, he's already got his money back.
Yeah, without the playoffs, he already has like $100 in his pocket. Alsgo says, is Matt Stafford so much better than DC? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And the thing is, I compared Matt Stafford to DC because I felt like they were the same. I feel they're on the same level. And here's what I mean by that. For me, the reason Matt Stafford won the Super Bowl last season is because the Rams had everything perfect around him. They had a top receiver, a good offensive line, a great defense. They had everything perfect around Matt Stafford. Now look at this season. He doesn't have a wide receiver one like in Van Jefferson that he had. And, he doesn't have a top offensive line. That defense still is good, but has been had injuries on that side of the ball. Matt Stafford isn't performing like he performed last season. I will say, Raider Lux has a point. Stafford still runs out the pocket. It's true.
We need the Seahawks to win.
We're gonna finish here. We going on an hour and a half, bro. We be having long lives, but we love talking. There's 11 people in the chat. We don't want to leave y'all. We're gonna answer a few more here. Vancy says it's going to be a sad, sad day when DC4 is no longer Raider. Yes, this is true. He has blood, sweat, and tears into this organization the past 9 years. When that day comes, I will wear my DC4 jersey for a week straight. Thank you, DC, but I want to see a Super Bowl in my lifetime. That's all that we want, is to see a Super Bowl win before we die. I mean, me and Nate, we're on the young side, but still, man, I want to see that. Y'all want a conspiracy theory? Ain't it funny how the emails got leaked a year after we let Paul Guenther go? That's hella funny. That's true. That's hella funny.
Paul Guenther.
And also they came out when John Gruden started the season 3-0. I mean, he was 3-2 when he finally resigned, but
we should sign Paul.
We could have went somewhere. You were referring to Al's Ghost. I don't remember which one I was reading off of yours, Lux, but yeah. And I know you, and that's the thing. A lot of people need to know where I stand because a lot of people think I'm a car bash, I'm a car hater. It's like, no, bro. Like, I appreciate what he's done for us these seasons. I've appreciate that, man. It's just time. I'm still part of DC Army, but y'all knew that. Hey, Alice Goes, you could root for DC. I'm not saying you don't have to. That's your opinion. I got my opinion. That's bro. You could be part of the DC Army all you want. We welcome all the Kardashians and Kardashians to our channel. Andre Baker said, "Keep Carr, fix this 38th ranked defense. Do you think a young gun would learn McDaniels better in Carr? Carr will be here in 2023. No, Andre Baker. I don't think he will. But we kept Carr for 9 years, man. How many times can we continue losing and having the Chiefs having Derek Carr's number? I mean, besides this year, because Derek Carr put up good numbers against Kansas City. But how many times are we gonna lose to teams that we should beat, like teams like the Saints, teams like the Jaguars, teams like the Colts? Like, he always wants to play down to the opponent. Like, that's what I noticed too. And that's not even with DC. That's the entire Raiders. DC plays down to his opponents.
Yeah.
We can draft a quarterback in second and third. And Andre, I've been saying that. Hey, Andre, you kind of came in late. If you go back into our live, I've said I would like a Jaren Hall quarterback because you could get Jaren Hall in the second and third, and then sit him a year, and then have him learned under a bridge guy. I just feel like for Derek Carr's sake, for his mental, for what he's been through, this organization, he said it last season that the 9 years has finally caught up to him. That it's time to cut ties. It's kind of cut ties.
I'm excited. What? Who said
Let me see. I'm just reading. Let me see.
Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers may be better.
Brady not coming here with this line. We need more work, bro. And Andre, that's why I think, and I don't know if you were here for the last live, but even Nate was like, bro, you don't want Tom Brady? And it was the money, but it was also that reason. I don't want Tom Brady because of our offensive line. I want a mobile quarterback, a quarterback that can stretch plays, that can escape the pocket when the pocket's collapsing, that can improvise, that will run for first downs, run for touchdowns. I want a quarterback that is a quarterback nowadays. I said this question, Andre. What makes the Buffalo Bills offense look so great? What makes the Chiefs offense look so great? What makes the Bears offense look so offensive line look so great? It's because their quarterbacks run, their quarterbacks escape. You need that in today's NFL. I agree with you, Andre. Our defense has been horrible, but Denver's a prime example. You got top defense, and if your offense can't score, then what's the point of having a top defense? I hear you, bro. I hear it, Carr. Okay, I don't agree with this statement now. Carr saves his team week in and week. He's 0-6 on game-winning. He was, prior to yesterday, he was 0-6 on game-winning / game-tying drives. Team. Like, hey, Owls Ghost, all love, bro. All love, bro. It was a good debate. And I'll say this, Owls Ghost and Andre, if Derek Carr's here, bro, you're not gonna hear me crying. I'm gonna be like, well, shit, I was wrong. Derek Carr's gonna be here next year. Okay, DC, go out there and go win, get us to the playoffs and go win us a Super Bowl. But I want to ask if he shits the bed again, like, bro, year 10, man. Year 10, that's year 10, and this man shits, I'm not saying he's going to shit the bed. I'm just saying, bro. How many chances we going to, let's say we do build this defense, and this defense is a top 10 defense or top 15, and we still is shitting the bed. You know what? Raiders Lux, I'll just have you answer that question. I should have done that. I should have had you answer this question. If Carr saved us week in and week out, he would be scoring at the end of every game. But nope, he only done it once. I'll say he done it twice because I'll count him at the end of the game in overtime. I'll say he done it twice. And Raider Lux, I want to answer this quick question. Because I would say this. Raider Lux. And I would say Andre has a good point when he brings up the defense because that is not Carr's fault. That's an organization problem. That's the GM putting more focus on the offense than the defense, and that's not fair to DC. Now I will say this, but DC, they're giving you the tools. They're giving you Devontae. They're giving you Waller. They got you Renfro. They got you Jacobs. They don't. It's not the best offensive line, but it's an offensive line that can do his job. All you need to do is kind of escape, evade, improvise. I mean, it's not your game. That's why I don't get mad at you, because that's just not your game. I wouldn't want DC to play a game that he doesn't play. But
Golf.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not going to lie, Raiders Lux. I will say this on camera. If DC stays, you better fix that fucking defense.
You better sign me up.
Fix that defense. If Carr is still here, then I'm like, okay, cool. Because could he win his games? He could. But at the same time, I'm tired of the excuses, guys. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of defense being an excuse for him. I'm tired of receivers being an excuse for him. I'm tired of the offensive line being an excuse for him. If he's here, Ziegler, you go to defense. Make it be a top 15 defense. You go make that offensive line the top 10 offensive line. Give Derek Carr on this, because didn't we say this in last offseason? Oh, Derek Carr has no excuses. Derek Carr has no excuses. We're going to go into next season with Derek Carr has no excuses. Like, bro, season. Like, that's all I'm saying, So I will say that the defense needs to be handled, and that was an organizational problem throughout Derek Carr's 9 years, because it is true. They never focused on the defense. And when they did focus on the defense, they signed bust. Cleveland Farrell, bust. DJ Hayden, or no, DJ Hayden was 2012. Garyon Conley, bust. Max Crosby is really the one that only hit. Damon Arnett, bust. Jonathan Abram, obvious bust, because he got traded. Like, I'll agree with you guys. They haven't done nothing to fix this defense. But
imagine if we had
there's not
Mac
a reason. There's not a reason Derek Carr shouldn't be putting up 3 touchdowns. I'll say that. There should not be a reason Derek Carr shouldn't put up 4 touchdowns. There shouldn't be a reason that Derek Carr doesn't lead this offense to 28 points a game or to 30 points a game. I agree with what some of you guys say. They shouldn't have to be scoring a lot like that. They shouldn't have to be scoring 30 points a game. But sometimes, even as us as content creators are real, sometimes as a leader like Derek Carr and Devontae and Josh McDaniels, you got to be real and be like, bro, our defense is sorry. We got to go out there and score 30 points a game, because our defense is sorry. Our defense is sorry. Like, if we say our defense is sorry, then the Raiders offense and Josh McDaniels should know that. Derek Carr should be like, damn, our defense is giving up 23 points a game or 24 points a game. Bro, we need to score 28 points. We need to score 30 points. Okay, DC, you know that? Go do it. But, bro, we're scoring. We're averaging 23 points a game, guys. We're averaging 23 points a game. That's not going to win you football games in today's NFL. That won't, unless you have a great defense. But like I said, Denver's an example. They are number 1 in defense scoring, but they're last in offensive scoring. There's no point of having a top defense if your offense can't score for shit. There's no point. Hey, shout out to you, Oz Ghost. I'm sorry for going on a little rant there. I know I keep saying we're gonna end this, but I like talking, man. I like talking Raiders football, guys. I will say that you guys allow for a diversity of opinions. Other content creators shut down commenters who don't agree with them. Yeah, and me and Nate are not about that. We respect what other content creators got going on. We support them, and we hope their channel thrives. We love what they do. So we love what other guys do, because at the end of the day, I know their heart comes from a good place. They want Raiders to win. But of course, yeah, shutting other guys down's opinions, like I don't agree with that. But hey, I will still support them and hope God blesses them and their channel goes big, because I want the same for us. I want our channel to grow big. I want God to bless his channel, to bless you guys in the chat, because at the end of the day, we love the Raiders too. We all are Raiders fans. At the end of the day, we're all Raiders fans. We're talking about Raiders. We talk about Derek Carr because he's a Raider. We talk about Darren Waller because he's a Raider. We talk about Max Crosby because he's a Raider. As long as they're Raiders, we will talk about them. But once they are gone, bro, you don't hear us talking about Zach Wilson. We talk about him a little bit, but the whole show, we didn't talk about Zach Wilson. We didn't talk about Lamar Jackson. We didn't talk about freaking Jimmy Garoppolo or Deebo Samuel. We didn't talk about Vereen Cooper Kupp. We talk about Raiders.
Yes, sir. Oakland.
Well, I'll get a few more in these comments and then we out. Carr has the highest paid O-line. Now he has the highest paid weapons. You can't have it all. I mean, yeah. Let me see. I just want to get more. I want to get more. That Raiders fan, give me in the Instagram. I don't know who is Tillery, defense tackle. I think he played well. He showed a little push that we did not normally see. I would like to see Tillery return next season, and I hope we can see more out of him. As the season goes along. Yeah, but Andre Baker, if you have, I get that. But Andre Baker, like I said with Waller and Renfro, injuries happen in the NFL, and if you're an elite quarterback or you're a great quarterback or you're getting paid the money that DC's getting paid, you make other players around you better. When can we say he's made other players around him better? I agree. Receivers have dropped the ball a lot of times. Even Devontae Adams has his fair share of drops, but we can't lie. Derek Carr has been inaccurate for most of the part of this season. I just think we're snake bite franchise. We sign free agent defenders and draft them, but they never work out. Hopefully this season's a different offseason, Jeremy Stoops. Hopefully this defense can put some fear in the offseason. Van City, Flacco to Lamar, Dalton to Burrow, Smith to Mahomes, Tyrod Taylor to Allen, Tannehill to Tua, and I keep going. All of those teams are going to make the playoffs. Yeah, it's man. After further review, ditch Collins and Cole. I agree, bro. I mean, not with Collins, but Cole got to kick rocks. Collins, I hope he stays. I don't want him as a wide receiver too, but I hope he stays because of what he brings to the special teams, and he's a good wide receiver 4. So that's what I like. Carr has reached his peak. I agree. Who can we give for a second? Your thoughts? I want us to go. Who can we get for us 2?
Number 2, what?
Like a number 2 pick?
Like,
I mean, because we said number 2 pick, Andre. Like I said, go back early because, like I said, the live is going on for long. I don't mean, I want to answer it. I mean, I'll sum it up as quick because I don't want to be rude. You either go DT, best DT, you go get the best edge rusher. You start with the trenches. That's where I would go. What about you, Nate? Quickly answer that. Where would you go with the number 2 pick?
It depends on.
Does he mean trading? I wonder if he means trading. I don't know. Bro, shout out to Halo, bro. Shout out to Halo, man. Shout out to you and supporting the channel, man. Shout out to Halo Raider, bro. Have you seen Halo, bro? I remember Halo posted something on Instagram for the Cardinals game, I think. And I think it was Halo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was his wife was actually wearing like a Halo, like a Master Chief Halo helmet, and it was like silver and black. I'm like, bro, that is dope.
That's sick. I like his gamer.
He says receiver. He said, who can we get for a number 2 receiver? I believe McCole Harmon is a free agent next season. Allen Lazard is a free agent.
Allen Lazard.
Off the top of my head, I don't know the free agents next season. But if I'm honest, Andre, bro? And this might be, I'm all for getting Allen Lazard. The connection he has with Devontae, they would know each other very well. Running routes, that communication on the receiving end.
Right, and then
I would like to get Allen Lazard. He's a big body.
Imagine we get Rodgers with Devontae.
And unlucky, I would say an unpopular opinion. I say you go draft a wide receiver maybe late in the rounds, like maybe with the 5th or 6th. You go, or even a 4th. You go get maybe go get your wide receiver 2 in the round. But I feel like I don't know. We're gonna have to. Hey, Andre, we're gonna do a free agent listing. But of course, like I said, I want to wait till the season pans out. Or see what we really need. Of course, defensive tackle. My focus is defense, and then after I whole defense, and then I want to focus on the offensive side of the ball with receivers and offensive line. Because I would like a wide receiver 2. Hollins has been one of our best receivers this year. Andre, are you 14? Van City, I don't know. You and Andre need to talk because I don't know what you mean by that.
We should
Have you
sign
seen him play
Crabtree.
lately? Zay Jones played way better. I wish we Zay Jones. I'm not gonna lie. I wish we would have kept Zay Jones. Carr used to make Andre Holmes, Rod Streeter, Bryce Butler, Michael Rivera look good. After his injury, he wasn't the same. And that's what I'm talking about, bro. Raiders, y'all remember Clive Walford? Clive High Stakes Walford. That man wasn't a top tight end, but he was a Carr made that man look like a top tight end for the most part. But anyways, guys, like I said, we coming up almost on we on hour and 45 minutes, bro. Shout out to everyone that pulled up, bro. Bro, we love y'all. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. We love that you guys pull up, you guys talk that shit. And like I said, we agree to disagree. At the end of the day, we love you guys. We love you guys. We wish nothing for the best. Let's hope that Van City can go see our Raiders win. We argue that game on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna so if you guys want to pull up on that preview show for Seahawks, and you know what, guys, let's go and get this dub against Seattle. I'm not gonna say we need to go lose, or I don't want us to tank. I want us to go get a dub. Go beat the Seattle Seahawks. We love you guys, bro. Shout out to everyone. Peace. Have a good night and happy Thanksgiving. Well, we're gonna see you guys.
Gino MVP.
So happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. See you guys.